These are the different states. We will take one example for this, so as to understand the different states, how to use these different states to find out the empirical and molecular formula. Empirical and molecular formula. So, for example, the compound has molecular mass 159, has found to be contain 39.62% of copper and 20% or 20.13% of sulfur, suggests the empirical and molecular formula for the compound. Okay, so what they have given? They have given percentage composition of copper, that is 39.62%, and percentage composition of sulfur they have given what it is, 20.30%, 20.30%. Okay, and they wanted to determine molecular formula and empirical formula, for this compound. Along with that, they have given that Cu is equal to 63, sulfur is equal to 32, and oxygen is equal to 60. Okay, so these things are given in the problem, and we wanted to calculate the empirical and molecular formula for the compound. So the first step, what it is, conversion of percentage to gram. Okay, so what it contains? It contains copper, which is 39.62%, which is equal to 39.62 gram. Compound contains okay. Then sulfur, it is 20.13%. We will write 20.13 gram. Okay, now if you make the sum of mass percentage given for different element, it will be 59.75% only. Now it is not equal to 100. It is not equal to 100, means that there is an oxygen atom. And the percentage of oxygen is equal to 100 minus 59.75. So it will become 40.25%. Okay, now oxygen is equal to 40.25%, which is nothing but 40.25 gram. Okay, 40.25 gram. Clear? Okay, so how we have determined the percentage of oxygen? Okay, percentage of oxygen is equal to 100 minus 59.75. Okay, now we have the mass of each and every element present in the compound. Okay, so the second step is number of moles. Okay, so number of moles of Cu, number of moles of sulfur, and number of moles moles of oxygen. Okay. So number of moles of Cu is equal to mass of Cu. Okay, mass of Cu in a compound divided by its atomic mass. So Cu is 39.62 gram divided by 63. Okay, for sulfur it is 20.13 divided by 32. Okay, atomic mass. And for oxygen it is 40.25 divided by what it is 60 divided by 16. And the number of moles will be for this 0.629. Okay, and this is equal to 0.629, and this is equal to 2.516. Okay, so this is what number of moles. Okay, now in third step, what we are going to do, divide each mole value by smallest value. Okay, so out of these three, smallest is this one or this one. Okay, so for Cu it is 0.629 divided by 0.629. For sulfur it is 0.629 divided by 0.629, and for oxygen it is 2.516 divided by 0.629. Okay, so each mole value is divided by what? Divided by smallest value. So for copper you will get 1, for sulfur you will get 1, and for oxygen you will get 4. You will get what? 4. Okay, now if you are not getting this 114, instead of 114 you are getting any fraction. Okay, then we have to follow the other one step, what it is called as multiply the ratio by simplest figure or a suitable figure, okay, to convert it into whole number. Now what, here we are getting a whole number ratio. Okay, whole number ratio. So we can write Cu sulfur oxygen is nothing but, okay, 1:4. Okay, and now we can write the empirical formula. Empirical formula for the compound, and the empirical formula can be written as Cu, okay, 1. If there is 1 you can write or don't write, no problem. CuSO4. Okay, CuSO4. This is the empirical formula for the given given data or a unknown compound. Now we wanted to determine the molecular formula. Okay, to determine molecular formula we require empirical formula mass. Okay, and what it is? It is Cu plus S plus 4O. Okay, which is equal to 63 plus 32 plus 4 into 16. 4 into 16 is equal to 159. 159. Now what we are getting? We are getting a B, that is empirical formula divided molecular formula divided by empirical formula, and molecular formula mass is what? 159 divided by 159. So we are getting 1. N is equal to, this is equal to M, and this N is equal to 1. It means that empirical formula is equal to, what it means? Empirical formula is equal to molecular formula. Why? Because if we multiply this empirical formula by 1, once again we are getting the same, and that's why molecular formula for the given compound is CuSO4. Okay, CuSO4. So like this we are going to calculate the molecular formula and empirical formula for different compound. And what are the steps involved? Okay, first you have to check that what are the quantities given in the your numerical or your problem. So in the given problem, what we have discussed over here, they have given the percentage composition of Cu, mass percentage of sulfur, then they have given the atomic masses of different elements, they have given the molecular mass or molar mass of compound. Okay, then what we have done, we have converted that percentage, mass percentage into that. Okay, for that we have, for Cu we have written directly, for sulfur we have written directly, but whenever we can add the composition of sulfur and oxygen, it is not 100%, and it means that there is oxygen atom. And to determine the percentage composition of oxygen, what we have done, the percentage composition of oxygen is equal to 100 minus percentage composition, sum of percentage composition of sulfur and copper we have done. Okay, and it is 100 minus 59, so it will become 40.25. Then we have converted that 40.25 into grams. Okay, now we have the mass of each element. Okay, mass of each element present in the compound. From that mass we have converted that mass into number of moles by using formula. Okay, mass of the element divided by its atomic mass. So atomic mass is given, mass we have, so we have converted that into what? Moles, number of moles. By taking this number of moles, okay, what we have tried to find out the simplest ratio for different atoms present in the compound. And to find out the simplest ratio, what we have done, we have divided each mole value by the smallest mole value. By the smallest mole value. So mole value we have 3. Okay, for these 3 value we have checked the smallest one. This is smallest. So we have divided each and every value by this particular value. So what we have obtained after dividing, we are getting that for Cu it is 1, for sulfur it is 1, for oxygen it is 4. Okay, so from these quantities we have written a ratio. For copper is to sulfur is to oxygen, and it is 1:4. Now this simplest whole number ratio is converted into empirical formula. Okay, so here we are writing the empirical formula as we have written the symbol of each, symbol of copper, symbol of sulfur, and symbol of oxygen. We have written the symbol of each, and then we have written whatever the quantities for individual element in the ratio, in the simple mole number ratio as a subscript to that symbol. So for copper it is 1, so we have not written here. For sulfur it is 1, so it is neglected. And for oxygen it is 4, that's why O4. Okay, from that this empirical formula we try to calculate molecular formula, and to calculate the molecular formula we require the empirical formula mass. We have calculated the empirical formula mass from this empirical formula by adding the atomic masses of different different element. Okay, atomic masses of different element, when we add the different atomic masses, we are getting the quantity that is 159. Okay, now we require to find out the factor n. Okay, and it can be find out by molecular formula mass divided by empirical formula mass. Whenever you do the molecular formula mass divided by empirical formula mass, you will get this n. Okay, and in this case we have get that 1. Okay, now empirical formula is equal to molecular formula. Okay, why? Because n is equal to 1. Okay, so empirical formula is equal to molecular formula, or empirical formula mass is equal to molecular formula mass. That's why empirical formula is equal to molecular formula, and the molecular formula is written as such, empirical formula. So this is regarding the empirical formula calculation. In the textbook, okay, in your textbook there is example, another one example they have solved in the different steps. Okay, so read out that example properly. Okay, read out that example properly and try to solve the same thing in the textbook, in the notebook. Okay, and this is one extra example what we have discussed over here to determine the empirical formula. Okay, so this is regarding the determination of empirical formula, okay, by using the mass composition or percentage composition or mass percentage of different elements, okay, given for unknown compound, okay. So if you have any doubts regarding this, okay, then we will discuss. Now the next point on this topic, okay, before moving to next point, I wanted to give you a simple triangle which is called as mole triangle, okay, and this is used to convert different quantities, okay, different quantities. For example, if you have a number of moles, if you have a number of moles of compound, okay, and if you want the mass of substance, okay, what you want the mass of substance, then how to convert this number of mole to mass of substance? Okay, just the number of moles are converted into mass of a substance by multiplying, okay, by multiplying molar mass. Okay, so whenever you have a number of moles, multiply that number of moles with molar mass, you will get mass of the substance. If you have mass of a substance, then divide by molar mass, you will get the number of moles. Otherwise, if you have number of moles, okay, if you have number of moles and if you wanted to convert the number of moles into volume and STP, then multiply this number of moles, multiply by 22.4 liter. 22.4 liter. Otherwise, if you have a volume and STP, then convert it into number of moles by divided by 22.4 liter. Okay, so can be converted into one another. Another thing what we can do it as, if you have a number of moles and you require number of molecules, or you require number of atoms, okay, then this number of moles can be multiplied multiply by Avogadro's number, that is DNA. Okay, what it is? 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So multiply with this number, you will get number of molecules. Otherwise, if you have number of molecules, then divide by 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. That is NA. You will get number of moles. Okay, now this is called as what? Mole triangle. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3 corners, and that's why it is called as mole triangle. And by using this mole triangle, you can convert anything. Okay, if you have a mass, you will convert it into number of moles, then it into volume, or it into the number of molecules. If you have number of moles, you can convert it into mass of a substance. You can convert volume density. You can convert it into number of molecules. If you have number of molecules, then you can convert it into number of moles to volume, or number of moles to mass of substance. Okay, clear? So this is what a mole triangle, which is used to convert different kind of quantities into different things. Okay, so mole can be converted to molecules, mass of substance, volume. Okay, or number of molecules can be converted into number of moles, mass of substance, and volume. Okay, so this is regarding the today's lecture. We will discuss the remaining thing in the next lecture. Thank you.